I'm so glad you enjoyed my realistic hand tutorial video. Thank you all so much for the likes and comments, and a special thank you to Jesus for this cool plant pot idea. I thought I would show you my painting process in a bit more depth, as it's really not as difficult as you might think. A quick tip before I start. When you position your hands in the mold, make sure your fingers aren't curled upwards, because you will risk air pockets in this area when you fill your cast with plaster. If you want to curl your fingers, I suggest you keep them level or join your thumb, that way the air can escape. So here's a casted hand. You can see that it's not 100% perfect, but it's taken so much detail that all I have to do to make this realistic is to add color. If you really look at your hands, you can see that there are subtle differences in color. It's not like makeup foundation where it's all one color. So you do need to translate this when you paint. Here I've used 5 different shades of acrylic paint. Unless you're going for hyperrealism, I would say 4 to 5 shades is enough. I started off with a darker shade and added the lightest shade between the knuckles and the joints. To minimize the paintbrush strokes, I added a few drops of water to the paint and used a fine paintbrush. Adding water also slows down the drying process, making it easier to blend. I've painted another shade around the knuckles and fingernails. In my case, it's a little bit more red. This method is just one of a million different ways to paint this, and you don't have to be an experienced painter to be able to do this. I painted the top of the nail with a purple undertone and the area around the fingernail in a darker red tone. Finally, I added a lighter shade to the tips of the fingernail. To make this gory Frankenstein/Sally inspired version, I just took some air dry clay and sculpted the ridges between the hand parts. The key to getting everything to stick together is water, so make sure you apply some water to the cast and to the clay as you work. You might want to make yours even more gory than mine. You could add a bone or more flesh to the end. I've painted the creases in a red and an even darker shade of red. To make the irritation, I added some red paint mixed with water, as this makes it a little bit fainter. You can add varnish or clear nail varnish to make the blood shiny, and finally, stick on some pieces of string with some craft glue. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.